Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and even though Mr. B does not like it, I am checking my volumes just to make sure everything is all right. Now folks, ever since I got in this, when I first started this channel, I said this XRP thing is the one that makes sense to me. And so I started a channel around it. Ever since that time, I never could have imagined all of the negativity and things that would be thrown at this one digital asset. A lot of it was planned, a lot of it was premeditated, a lot of it was people that were paid, a lot of it was bad actors that were trying to manipulate markets. We've seen it for years now. You will continue to see it because XRP is the greatest digital asset ever created, and that's the fact, Jack. So just go ahead and get used to it, especially when the market goes down. That's just the way it is. And some of the people are good people that are, some of the people that they even if they at least think they have good intentions, and so it's not that there's all bad people anytime somebody says something bad about XRP. It's not that. But I can promise you this, there are more bad actors than there are good actors. Here, let me show you some of them. This right here, an altcoin daily, I'm not saying is a bad actor. They innocently put up a chart saying that Bitcoin is king, but I had to correct them. Bitcoin is not the king. XRP is the rightful king. Look at the chart. This is the performance from 2015 to 2022. You might have noticed a pattern. The markets, the world started waking up to the fact that not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, but XRP was the king. The markets began to wake up to this fact because the markets saw the same thing you and I see, that this thing actually works, that it's faster, it's less expensive, everything about it makes sense. But what happens about the time that the markets start to really figure this out was 2017, 2018. So what happens? Well, just by coincidence, that's the same point at which Bill Hinman steps forward and gives his speech and gives Bitcoin and Ethereum a free pass. June 2018. Up until then, what had happened? This had happened. Ripple's 30,000% surge briefly overtakes Ethereum as the second most valuable cryptocurrency. That is what had happened. 2017, Anthony Pompliano, August 2017, when he's watching XRP outperforming all of it. He tweets this: if you think Bitcoin went on a tear once CNBC and institutional investors learned about it, just wait until they discover Ripple, XRP. They all knew, folks. Then what happens? XRP, which up until this point surges more than any of them, all of a sudden Bitcoin and Ethereum are given this faux regulatory clarity from Bill Hinman. And remember, Bill Hinman's the same guy that made sure that the Ripple lawsuit was dropped. He actually had already quit the SEC. 5 days later, I think it was 5 days later, he comes back to make sure the lawsuit's filed. So Bitcoin and Ethereum get the benefit of this fake regulatory clarity from this point all the way through here, all the way till now, actually. Then in 2020, they dropped the lawsuit on XRP. So the idea that Bitcoin, or Ethereum for that matter, are somehow the top dogs and the king and all is baloney. It's a lie. It's been a lie. Now, as long as we're talking about that, this came across my desk today, and it's an older video. It's from May 31st, 2023, and I want you to listen to Linda Jones. This clip is worth hearing. Again, she was on with Brad Combs. Listen to this.
All right, so let's do a back of the envelope calculation for Ripple stock.
As you listen to this, you will realize why the powers that be and why all these people had an incentive to slow Ripple down, to slow XRP down, because remember, their bags were Bitcoin and Ethereum.
So according to Link2, at $35 a share, which is approximately, it's slightly under that at 34 today on the Link2 website, that is a $5.7 billion valuation for Ripple stock. Now, we all know that shares have been bought back at $15 billion in the past. So to be at 5.7 billion is quite a bit lower than where it's been. We also know that Ripple has 42 billion XRP in escrow. I Googled that and found that current number. At 50 cents, that makes the XRP worth $21 billion, which is crazy because that's 4 times what Ripple is valued at right now. So this is very out of whack. And you can see that Ripple's valuation is too low. Now, let's look at Coinbase, which was another IPO that was done that was very successful. And we heard that Link2 made a 10x on the value of Coinbase. That went public. It had an $86 billion valuation. It opened at $250 a share, went up to $429 a share, and closed at $328 a share on its IPO. So if Ripple were to be valued at the same value that Coinbase was, 86 billion, and it has 21 billion in XRP, that would put the total together at 107 billion, which is about 20 times what Ripple is selling for right now. So whatever shares you have worth of Ripple, you can easily make a case that it's worth 20 times the current value that you have right now, which is astounding. But there's more. So let's say that the lawsuit is over soon, and let's say that XRP goes back to approximately its old high around 359. That puts its escrow at $150 billion valuation. Now, you can't have XRP worth $150 billion and Ripple stock worth less. That doesn't make any sense. And there's so many companies today that have high valuations. We have NVIDIA, which just crossed 1 trillion. We have Apple at 3 trillion. We have Amazon at 2 trillion. We have world-class companies, which I think Ripple fits in with some of those world-class companies. Now, it's not as old as those companies, and we have to look at what is their revenue stream, because that's ultimately how you value a company, is based on its revenue. And I don't have current revenue numbers for Ripple, but if we could get that information, that would be really helpful. But I could see where we could have a new record for a company at its IPO valuation, and that Ripple could be that company that makes that new record. And if they had 150 billion worth of XRP, what would the stock have to be worth? What if the stock was worth right around 350 billion, or 3 times what that escrow is? That would put it at a $500 billion valuation, which to me doesn't seem that far-fetched at all for where it could be. So I don't know. I was just playing around with some back of the envelope type.
Okay, you get the picture. And there is Ripple equity, which I do own on my sponsor's website, which is linked to. Now, there was a lot of controversy going on. Oh, it's the end of the world for the XRP ledger. A bunch of bull from my angle, but every once in a while we have this kind of you have these uprisings when the market's down and it's down for any period of time. This is very common. I've seen it 1,000 times. You see you see people start coming out of the woodwork with it's almost like everybody's trying to freak each other out. Well, not this guy. Anyway, this Sean McBride guy is he's an ex-Rippler. In fact, he said in a Twitter thread last night a few things. One, he said he's under NDAs, so he can't say much. Two, he said he had been laid off from Ripple. So it wasn't like he was just some guy that's coming on and saying only good things about Ripple. He was saying that he was in, I think he said he was in the, what's it called? One of my friends does this, in the hiring, but anyway, he said he was laid off. He and some others were laid off from Ripple. But then he said this, which he later deleted, I'm assuming because he's under NDAs. He said, listen, one thing I do know is Ripple and XRP are not going anywhere. In other words, he was saying, this thing's going to be here, folks. So all the negativity that you've been hearing, and look, I'm not saying that some of those people that are saying things are not coming from a bad place. Some of them actually believe some of this stuff. I don't. I've been in this for a long time, folks. I'll never forget when Dilip Rao said retail is the noise. I'm comfortable being the noise. I'm fine with being the noise. The institutions are not the noise. All right. John Deaton is going to do a live today. He's going to, what's next for XRP holders? SEC versus Ripple update, Deaton amicus brief, and more. He's going to do that today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Check this out from Greg Manarino. I think I said his name right.
This is a message being sent to the BRICS nations. Don't threaten the petrodollar or you're all going to die. We're all going to die. They will sacrifice half of the world's population. Half. At least maybe 3/4 of the world's population just to keep the petrodollar supported, to keep the U.S. dollar as the world reserve, the U.S. and its coalition partners, again, not one, a BRICS nation. You think that's just by coincidence too? I know you don't believe in coincidences, none of those people. You and I sincerely have nailed this to the wall. Watch what's going to happen here on. You're going to hear more of this being flashed across every single mainstream media outlet. U.S. troops killed. U.S. troops killed.
Exactly.
U.S. troops killed. They're going to try to get the American people's blood to boil. Then they're going to start showing you photographs of, we hate America. America must die.
They may even show you some video of people's heads being cut off.
Kill America. And then they're going to get everyone to back it again. And then there is their green light to light up the Middle East is what they're looking to do here, quite obvious.
Exactly. I'm not even going to waste my time playing this moron. Okay, the Bitcoin ETF advertising is beginning on Google. Google released yesterday, I believe, the ability to advertise Bitcoin ETFs. Now, Ashley Prosper has got all kinds of good things coming out. She's thinking. So we're 1 month into 2024. Here's some stuff to watch. Crypto regulations, FOMC meeting, Fed meeting, presidential election, Ripple case conclusion, Coinbase case dismissal, Binance case partial dismissal, the first crypto case filed in SCOTUS, war, cyber pandemic, AI danger, AMM on XRPL, clawbacks XRPL, EVM sidechain XRPL, hooks on XRPL, IPO craze, X payments, new SEC chairman. Yeah. Basel III endgame, final steps to Fedwire. Ashley Prosper, thank you for a list of about 20 potential thumbnails for me. Then she says if Ripple is going IPO soon, their NDAs must also expire soon. This means we see a whole string of partnership announcements in 2025. Apple, Google, and Apple, Amazon, Google, and Apple. I'm sorry. Then she says, tomorrow, January 30th, which is today, is the last day for SEC to file its SIR reply, explaining why it shouldn't be sanctioned for lying to the court. We should know the court's decisions before the end of February. Well, they've been lying to court at will. Check this out. Here's XRP Las Vegas, a new video. It's coming, 94 days left.
The world's largest XRP conference is only 94 days away. Hear from the influential voices in the industry, including Christopher Giancarlo, Digital Dollar Project, Ariane Boring, Digital Chamber of Commerce, Simon McLaughlin, Uphold, Kevin Maloney, iTrustCapital, Eleanor Terrett, Fox Business, and many more.
We're trying to fractionalize it to where anybody can have access to generational wealth by buying these fractional shares of property. So we're trying to restore that kind of access to it, so building generational wealth for anybody.
Early bird tickets ending soon on the Future of Digital Assets Benefit Dinner. Book your room now with the MGM Grand. Get your tickets now to XRP Las Vegas 2024.
Folks, I believe this is going to be the biggest year yet for XRP. I'm optimistic about everything that is Ripple and XRP. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about XRP Las Vegas in my group at daixrp.com. Here's what else we're going to talk about. There are people that are literally risking their lives to save the United States of blackmail and bribery. Okay? Because the bad guys can't afford for them to uncover these things. I'm going to show you something that's one is about to happen right now in daixrp.com. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. Here we go. daixrp.com.